What's up, bitches? It's Sierra.
What's up, bitches? This is Morgan.
And
this is Bitches and Murders.
We are 343.
We are killing it.
We're killing it. Okay. So there's no housekeeping, so we get to just dive bomb right into this.
Zoom right into the fuckery.
Hot Mess Express.
I'm
and
ready.
if you are tuning in for the first time and you've never listened to any of our other episodes and this is your first one, first of all, you're wrong.
First of all, go back. Come on, episode 1.
Second of all, this is my revenge for Morgan putting me through Andre Chikatilo.
I hope you know you can't outspook the spookster. I don't think you can get me. I genuinely don't think you can.
I know that I can't, but I'm gonna try today.
And I appreciate it. Warms my little cold heart.
So, we're going to do this the way that we love to do this, which is we're going to give you some really weird ending with no context, and then we're going to circle back around and make it all make sense.
Bless my heart. I'm tearing up. This is my favorite.
So, on July 27th of 2015...
Oh, we like soon. Okay, all right. I like the recent ones. They give me shivers.
Tamara... Side note, I'm not Russian. This is very Russian. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best.
You already forgave me for the last, couple episodes. You can forgive her, I promise.
Trying. But Tamara Samsonova was arrested for the murder of Valentina Ulanova after Ulanova's body was found dismembered and in multiple garbage bags near the apartment that she shared with Samsonova. In the apartment,
of course, reasonably.
Yeah,
of course, you just chop people up and put them in bags. That makes sense.
In the apartment, they found evidence to convict her. What they weren't expecting was a diary that would detail so much more than just Ulanova's murder.
I'm so ready. It's time we needed a good woman up in here.
Yep. So now we're going to circle back. So our friend here, Tamara Samsonova, was born on April... Okay, we're already confused. So I have 2 birth dates here because nobody can agree.
Oh, great.
Some people say that she was born on April 25th of 1947, and some people say that she was born February 5th of 1947.
So those aren't too far off, within a couple months of each other. 47 to 2015, math. It's like 60 something?
Yeah, she's in her late 60s, early 70s.
Okay, cool.
Which is why she was called the Granny Ripper.
Gotcha, I figured. I was just trying to...
She's a little old lady. What we can agree on was that she was born in the city of Uzur. Ha! I did it.
Yeah, that was impressive. I died. I don't know how you did that.
Because my family's Serbian. That's how I did it.
Yeah, I can't do the tongue thing, so go off.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
Anyway. No, I can't.
So not much is known about her early childhood because, she didn't have a shit childhood like most of our serial killers do.
I'm for it.
Here.
Weird flex, but okay.
After graduating high school, she moved to Moscow to attend the Moscow State Linguistic University, where she would become fluent in English, German, and Russian.
That's literally next door to where Chikatilo went to school, but that's like a sub-center of the Moscow State University, if I am correct, and that's where he went.
Yes, you are correct.
I know so much about Russia.
After graduating, she moved to St. Petersburg, where she married Alexei Samsonov.
Side note, I'm a little mad that you have gotten decently easy names. Like, come on. St. Petersburg? Go back. I don't accept. You have to have harder names. It's not fair.
Okay, well, I had Uzur.
That's fair, but like, St. Petersburg?
St. Petersburg? Moscow? Anyway. Stop being butthurt. So, she worked for the Grand Hotel Europe, reportedly for about 16 years before she retired, which was actually weird, because that's
not a very long time before you retire.
She was old. When she started working there.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like as her child, like in her 20s, she started working there and graduated.
So this hotel, people would go and work there for like 2 or 3 years and then retire. Like this was like your end point.
Interesting.
So this is another area where things get kind of convoluted. Some reports say that she was with the KGB and was spying on guests that were staying in the hotel.
I love Tamara so much.
She claims that she was trained to be an actress and did time with the Russian ballet, but this can't be backed up. It's just one of those things where she's like, I did this thing, and everybody's like, bitch, where?
Yeah, the Russian ballet has pretty good records.
Yeah, you know?
I'm gonna call bullshit. Unless she maybe was like a stage director. Like she just like did props in the back and she was like, I was with the Russian ballet.
There's a bit of information like way later that'll make that make sense.
Okay.
So
KGB ballet, I'm into it.
You're here for it.
Oh, I'm so here for it.
So in 2000, her husband, well, okay, this is another point of confusion. In her diary, it says that in 2000 he went missing, but he wasn't reported missing until 2005.
I feel like her diary would probably be more accurate.
Yeah. After her husband goes missing is when shit just gets absolutely bonkers.
Wait, who reported him missing?
Her.
Oh, yeah, that's not surprising. She waited all that time then.
Yeah. So after her husband's disappearance, she began renting a room in the house that she shared with Alexei. And this is where things get bonkers. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I am buckling my seatbelt.
Kids? Aye, aye. Okay, moving on.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I'm really just loopy right now. So, like I said, her husband Alexei went missing somewhere between 2000 and 2005. He has never been found, dead or alive. We have no idea where he is. He's just gone.
I mean, it's probably in her benefit to like wait a couple years because she could be like, well, I thought he just ran off.
I thought he just left me, you know?
You know, like he just ran off with like some bitch or something. Like you could just make up a story pretty easily.
Oh my God. Yikes. Okay.
Like that happens a lot though.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's pretty common. People will like report them years later because they're like, oh, I thought they just ran off
like, I
on
thought
me.
they just, yeah. That, okay. I guess we'll let that one slide. So on September 6th, 2003, a 44-year-old who was renting the room was murdered.
Oh, I think of Dwight in The Office being like, there's a reason they don't call it muck duck. Sorry, I don't know why I just thought about that.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, he got murdered. How did he get murdered? Please tell me.
We don't know how he got murdered, but we do know that she dismembered his corpse and disposed of it in multiple bags throughout the city. This would become her MO.
Smart woman.
Yeah. I mean, it is actually kind of smart because she wasn't just like throwing them in the woods for the most part. Like she was putting them in people's garbage cans.
Right.
Then,
so they get taken by the garbage people, taken to the dump, and no one ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
It's like,
I'm 100% in her corner right now.
A lot of her bodies weren't found because that's what she was doing.
I love Tamara.
Okay. Weird flex. We're going to keep moving. So like I said, when they searched her apartment when she got arrested, they found a diary that detailed the murders of not one, not two, but 13 people.
Why is it that they always have diaries?
Okay,
but
so
Juicekin also had a diary, and he was like, here you go, people.
Yeah.
Here's every detail.
Again, there's a detail a little bit later that will make all of this make sense, but this was like a legitimate diary. Like it went, okay, first of all, the diary switches between English, German, and Russian.
Love it.
Like she just kept switching between those three languages, but it switches between like her detailing the murders and then really mundane details of her life. Like
January 5th, I dismembered his corpse and distributed him all over the city. January 6th, my neighbor yelled at me today. She's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, no, literally. Like she would talk about how like she didn't sleep well that day, or you know she didn't eat a lot, or what she did eat, or you know if she went out on the town or something.
Bomb-ass toast for lunch today.
Like yeah, it would be these really really mundane details, and then out of nowhere it would just be like, oh, I killed such and such a person, and I dismembered their body, and I fill in detail that Sierra will put in later because y'all aren't ready for that. And yeah. It was insane.
I kind of love that. I like that better than Pachushkin's diary because Pachushkin's diary was just like,
yeah, but
here's how I put vodka bottles in people's brains for the fucking 57th time.
Yeah, no, his was just like hers was literally just a diary that had some fucked up shit in it, but it was a diary.
Imagine the guy that has to fucking just read through that. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, we've just been talking about toast for like 3 pages now. Oh, okay, another murder. Okay, write that down. Okay, no, she just didn't sleep well, man. Could someone get her some sleeping pills?
Somebody help her. So in the diary were, like I said, 13 victims that included her mother and her husband.
I mean, she
went hard.
She knew what she wanted.
A lot of the exact details for this haven't been released because is that a whining dog?
I think that's an Edsel wanting to come in the room.
But a lot of the details of her diary haven't been released because they're still using it to try to
Because it's so recent. Yeah.
Well, there's also another reason, but again, we'll circle to that. So a lot of it hasn't been released. The pages that have been released are like the pages of cases that they've already gone through and tried her for.
You'll have to send those to me.
Do you read Russian?
I will.
Okay.
I have a friend who's Russian. I'll make him translate. That'll be a weird request. Like, I haven't talked to you in a year, but
Could you translate the diary of a serial killer for me? Okay, thanks.
Thanks. I feel like you probably would.
So, like I said, the exact details haven't been released, but reportedly all 13 accounts include her murdering them, dismembering their bodies, and then putting the parts into trash bags and disposing of them throughout the city.
You know what that really makes me think of? Just because you said she killed her mother, it really makes me think of Edmund Kemper, because when he finally, like, got over his fucking mommy issues and, like, killed his mother, he, like... Do you know much about him?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
I was like, am I telling you something?
No,
you already
I
know?
know.
Because he, like, severed her head and then he buried her so she would, like, stare in the window.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Their house. Yeah, he, like, buried her body in the crawl space and then he buried her head so it was, like, facing his window. I don't know. It just made me think of that because she was dismembering people.
Yeah. So the 2 quotes that I have are from the pages that have been released. The first one is, quote, I killed my tenant... Voladia, fucking Christ, some Russian name, cut him to pieces in the bathroom with a knife, put the pieces of his body in plastic bags and threw them away in different parts of Frunzesky district. I did it. So yeah, that's just one of the quotes of like, yeah, so I killed this guy today, cut him up into a bunch of pieces, threw the pieces into some plastic bags, and
we're done.
Threw them away. For lunch, I had toast.
For lunch, I had toast.
The other one isn't an exact quote, but they do say that in the diary, she mentions that she looked up to Andrei Chikatilo.
My boy.
Who, if this is your first time listening, Andrei Chikatilo is somebody that we covered in a previous episode.
Watch that episode.
And this is why we're covering her, because this is my revenge to Morgan for making me go through that.
Chikatilo was so inspirational. You can't say that he was not inspirational.
I think every Russian serial killer we've talked about
is like,
looked up to
Chikatilo.
I didn't think I needed to say this, but now I feel like I do. Don't idolize serial killers. Don't look up to them. Don't let them be your heroes or your idols.
He dropped Chow in court. Gross.
Stop.
At least look up
serial killers.
Pachuskin. At least he had a goal. Come on.
Okay.
He kept his pants on.
So now we're to the victim that got Samsonova caught.
Okay.
And that was Valentina Ulanova. Why do all of these names end in Onova?
I know. I was going to say there's a lot of them.
Because they're Russian. That's why. So Samsonova put phenazepam into Ulanova's salad. So for those of you who don't know.
Isn't that a derivative of like Xanax?
Phenazepam is a muscle relaxer with sedative properties.
Okay, yeah. Because like alprazolam.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of benzodiazepam.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
all
like
of the PAMs have
Valium.
similar.
Yeah, so they're kind of like a offshoot of that.
Okay. So this is another point of confusion. There was a different word I wanted, but it wasn't.
Not contention.
Anyway,
Hard. We don't know it.
Some reports say that she only put like a handful of pills in there. Some say 20. Some say up to 50.
I'm confused how you put pills in a salad.
Crush them up, put them in the dressing, maybe?
But, like, that seems like a weird food to put poison in. Like,
So she bought a specific salad that was Ulanova's, like, favorite food.
okay,
So,
if your favorite
like-
food is salad, I'm not even that upset anymore. I mean, you were kind of asking for something.
Yeah. So once she was sedated, Samsonova used 2 knives and a saw to dismember Ulanova's body. And I would like to note, she's still alive. She's just sedated.
Does she, like, start with the... I mean, she'd have to start with, like, her arms. Like, start with her hands and go up, because otherwise she'd bleed to death. Wait, was she cauterizing them in between?
No, we're going to talk about that.
Tourniquets?
Nope.
So she died quickly.
Yes.
Okay. That's not as bad.
So, according to her diary and her testimony, she began by removing the head, and then she sawed the body in half at the waist, and then she used the knives to shear the body into pieces.
Okay, so, like, she was sedated. She didn't know this was happening, and then she went straight for the neck. So, like, I mean, at least, like, her actual suffering was very minimal.
Yeah.
Like, she just went to sleep, and then it was over.
She went for the head first because the head got put into a pot and boiled while she was dealing with the rest of the body.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. This reminds me of somebody. Oh, heck. I can't remember.
So
It's going to make me so mad.
she then ripped up the bathroom curtain and used it to wrap the body before putting it into the garbage bags.
You think if you're doing this, like, regularly, like, you'd have, like, plastic sheeting or something, like, on deck. Like, why are you Why are you not prepared?
I don't know. So on July 26th, one of the bags was discovered. Cadaver dogs were brought in to locate the other bags, and on July 27th,
July 27th?
thank you, the body was identified. The police went to Samsonova's, where they found traces of blood in the bathroom and bits of the curtain that the body was wrapped in. So she was arrested.
She's just kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
In the end. That's disappointing.
They also grabbed security camera footage from the stairwell of the apartment where she was seen, like, just going up, coming back down with a garbage bag, going up, coming back down with a garbage bag.
Okay, to be fair, though, she's an old woman.
Yeah.
Like, even now, when I take out my trash, I'm, like, not very strong. I take it 1 or 2 bags at a time and just take it out and go back and forth.
Yeah, but the difference here being that your garbage doesn't have bodies in it.
I mean, you don't know that. It doesn't. It doesn't. Please don't call the police on me. I swear to God, it does not. Please. Please don't.
Also on the security footage is her going up and coming back down with the pot that the head is in.
Wait, so did she eat them? Because if she just boiled the heads
We'll talk
just to
about
boil
that.
the heads, I'm kind of mad about it.
Don't worry, we'll talk about it. We
I
can
hope
talk
she
about
eats
it.
them.
So this section is called Plot Twist. You're not ready.
Plot twist. My favorite.
So in her diary, she says that she would remove the lungs of the victim and eat them. This was backed up by the fact that the bodies that they have found don't have lungs, and they are also missing other organs that have never been located.
Okay, first of all, I'm calling her out for being a nasty bitch because the lungs are like the least desirable part of the body. There's a reason we don't eat the lungs of like pretty much any animal. It's because they're gross and they're full of toxins because you're breathing in nasty ass fucking polluted air. And it's all in your lung tissue. Like, that's gross.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, eat a nice stomach. Chop up the intestines, stuff them in the stomach, make a nice haggis. Like, what are you doing? Why are you going for the lungs? That's like the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen are like gross.
I'm gonna just put this out there. Don't take Morgan's advice. Maybe just don't eat a person.
I mean,
Let's start there. Like, let's just.
but if you're gonna eat a person, eat the good parts of the person.
No. Let's just.
Okay,
Let's start it and end it with don't eat people.
Side note,
We're not circling back to that awful joke I made. Don't you do it.
my original dissertation topic that I'm still fighting for.
Okay.
Well, actually, I have 2 that I've been fighting for, but my main dissertation topic is on cannibalism. That's what my dissertation chair wants me to do, a dissertation on cannibalism. So I actually know
I thought
a
you were gonna
lot
take
about
it
cannibalism.
somewhere else. Yeah.
But yeah, so I had research, which we are going to do an episode on this because I have done a dissertation's worth of research on it, so I have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna do a straight episode on cannibalism.
Alfred Greiner Packer,
Bless you.
what a man. But his case and my old forensic anthro professor, Dr. Fenton, who's amazing. He actually was the one who did the original autopsies on the bodies that were found. Like he dug them up with his like professor at the time, and they did the first ever autopsies on these bodies from like the 1800s.
Oh, nice.
But now I know exactly how to butcher a body specifically to get the most meat. So I know all of the best cuts. And that's just wrong. She just did it wrong. And that's gross. I did a lot. Okay, you know what? It's scientific. Okay. He did the research first. Don't come for me. Come for him. He did it first. He just passed on this knowledge to me. Don't come for me. I'm just saying. Not the lungs. Gross.
Okay.
Gross.
We're gonna just move on from that one. So this is the bit of information that's gonna make all of this make sense.
Good, because I'm missing some things here.
Yes, you are. So when she was arrested, she was forced to take a forensic psychiatric exam.
That's what my PhD is in.
And she was declared schizopathic and deemed a danger to society and herself.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty right.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
right.
that sounds about right.
They said that that's where the diary thing comes from, is that, like, she was worried she was going to forget things, and so she just wrote everything down.
Like a nice little reminder to herself.
Yep.
That's actually really, I mean, that's one of the reasons they, like, take trophies is so they can, like, relive it and not forget.
Yeah. So Judge Pavel Smirnov.
That's amazing. I
thought you were
love
about to
it
hold up a
so
bottle of
much. It's just vitamin water, guys.
So Judge Smirnov, the judge, because I can't make it through that sentence, sentenced her to life in a top security psychiatric institution where her diagnosis was changed to paranoid schizophrenic.
I don't feel as good about that one.
Really? I mean, at least she's doing life in like a psychiatric ward instead of life in prison with like no help.
Actually, a lot of times it's like, depending on where you are, like those are sometimes worse. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
they have a
I
tendency
mean,
to actually be worse.
Yeah, let's consider that this is
Because there's like no regulation.
This is a top security psych institute in Russia.
Though to be fair, this was pretty recent, so
Let's
I'm sure there's
consider
more
that.
like laws and regulations on them now. But back in like the 60s and stuff, it was way worse to go to a mental hospital.
But it's Russia.
Yeah, it also like
No offense,
I don't
Russia.
know how I feel about the paranoid schizophrenic thing because at least from what I've heard,
Yeah.
she doesn't really exhibit a lot of paranoia.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
And her behaviors don't really like represent paranoia.
Yeah, I agree with the
She was a little reckless for that.
the schizopathic. I don't know that I agree with paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah, because I mean, especially like a schizophrenic, like their diary, like a paranoid schizophrenic, like their diary would not have been like, today I had toast. Today I killed somebody. Tomorrow
that
I
wouldn't
had toast.
be. We really like toast.
I don't know why. Yeah, toast just stuck in my brain and now it's just there. But
Yeah.
But like they think the government's after them. People are watching them. Aliens are coming for them. Like stuff like that, which I guess could explain a little bit of why she killed them. Like if she thought like her tenant or whoever was like spying on her. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I guess I could kind of see it.
Yeah. There is a quote from her from either a trial or a press interview where she makes a comment about how like the voices above were the ones that were telling her to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. And I could see, I mean, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I could totally see the paranoid, like coming out and like, oh, like they're watching me, they're trying to control me, they're trying to poison me, or like kind of in like they're trying to kill me, so I'm going to kill them first kind of a thing.
So that's also the weird thing that I forgot to mention. Valentina, the last one that she murdered, was 79 when she was murdered.
Okay.
And Salisanova was like, let her rent out that room to take care of her. Like, she was considered a caregiver for Valentina.
I mean, I guess I could still, like... Yeah, the more I think about it, I'm really kind of on board with the paranoid thing. Because I could still see it, too. And also, I could see, like, if she thinks, like, angels or, like, God is talking to her.
Right.
And she's, like, taking care of this old woman, she could be like...
The, like, voices from above.
Yeah,
thing.
like, the angels told me to end her suffering.
Yeah, so there's...
Or, like, something like that.
There's a couple of different accounts. There is an account where she apparently says something like that.
Okay.
But the more popular theory and the more, I guess, publicized one that's in all of the stuff that I read was they got in an argument about a dirty cup, and she just snapped and decided to poison her food and then brutally dismember her body and eat her lungs.
I mean, that still also plays into the paranoid thing. Like, to us, it could just be an argument about a dirty cup. Mm-hmm. But, like, to her, it could have been, like, so much more. Like, this whole, like, she's been secretly plotting against me this whole time. Like, you know, she wants to destroy my life. And then she finds the cup and it's like, this is the sign. You know what I mean? Like, this is, you know.
Yeah. So there's that. There's two other quotes from her that they're not even great. I just thought they were kind of interesting. There's one where she's talking about the media, and all she's concerned about is, like, they're going to, like, her whole thing was, like, oh, they're going to portray me as a monster. They're going to portray me as this horrible person.
You're like, yeah, probably.
And, like, she was so concerned about, like, how this was going to affect her image. And it was like, girl.
AKA Ted Bundy.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Like, she
very
was
narcissistic.
So concerned about how she was going to look in the media. And it's like, well, you brutally dismembered people and ate their lungs. So
see, now that kind of brings me more back to the schizopathic, because paranoid schizophrenics, just kind of in general, but especially paranoid schizophrenics, like, they don't care about their image. Like, a lot of times they're pretty, like, unhygienic, unkempt, because they're so focused on, like, the things that they think are out to, like, kill them, or, like, their, like, missions or whatever their delusions, like, reside on. They don't really
and
like, I don't really see that much.
The whole image thing comes up too, because there's a video of her in the institution where, like, the press is talking to her, and they put the camera on her, and she just looks at the camera and goes, mwah, like, blows a kiss to them, and you're like,
also send that to me.
stop! Like, what are you doing?
Oh, I think actually, wasn't that the picture you showed me?
Yes.
It's like her kind of like...
the end of it is the picture that I showed you.
Yeah, see, that seems like narcissistic personality disorder.
Yeah,
like, that just,
like,
screams it.
The little nuances like that is what make me think it's more schizopathic rather than paranoid schizophrenia.
And she seems, like, in pretty solid mind. Like, she seems to know...
For the most part, she, like, kind of knows what's going on. There's another one that kind of cracks me up where she's in court. They put her on the stand, and they start asking her questions, and she just, like, dead ass looks at them and goes, "It's stuffy in here. Can I leave?" And they're like, "No."
Like, this is literally the definition of, like, no. Like, you cannot leave.
Yeah, like they get her on the, and she just dead ass. "It's stuffy in here. Can I go?"
leave?
Like, it's really hot.
I love her.
Like, if she wasn't a brutal, terrible, awful murderer,
I would love
she'd
her.
be a great grandma.
I also thought that in my head.
Like, if you just weren't
minus the murdering everybody
person, yeah,
literally a garbage person. She's delivering garbage.
literally. So because of her diagnosis and because she's in the psychiatric institution, the police aren't allowed to question her about the other murders that she confessed to in her diary. And that's why they're not releasing all of the diary pages, because they're literally, like, using it and then looking at cold cases of dismembered bodies that were found in a garbage bag and seeing if they can, like, correlate them.
What if she's, like, faking it?
She'd be the most genius person on this planet.
No, obviously I don't mean fake it. Like, clearly there are some issues there. I am not debating that, but, like, That's pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
That like, okay, like they can't question me about these. I can't be charged with them. But to be fair, like how long is she in for?
She was sentenced to life in the top security psychiatric institution.
So I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Like they're not
matter.
letting her out of there because
But-
she was deemed like a danger to society and to herself.
But if she was deemed like fit to stand trial and stuff, they would have just put her in a regular prison, which obviously would not have been a good place for her. So like it's still in her benefit to be
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, no, if she somehow faked all of this, then
Well, okay, but the thing is like
Props
the thing
to
that
her.
gets me is that like if she had paranoid schizophrenia, first of all, everyone would know. Like her friends, her family, it doesn't sound like she had many of them because she kind of killed them all, but like
Yeah.
people around her would like know. Like that's not something you hide, especially if it's untreated.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so just as a side note, this is not an attack on anyone who is a paranoid schizophrenic, who has schizophrenia in any way. It is a serious mental disorder. And a lot of times, some people have like a manageable form with like medication treatment that's very intensive. It's a very severe disease. Most of these people cannot care for themselves. They cannot control their actions. And they, especially a lot of paranoid schizophrenics specifically,
Yeah.
because they can't take care of themselves and stuff, a lot of them do end up like homeless, kind of on the streets, like kind of lost in their delusions, unfortunately, because it is such a severe, difficult disease to treat. So like just the fact that she is well kept, she can totally care for herself. She had all the mental acuity to do all of these things, to hide them properly, to get
Yeah.
away with it for so long. Like I just don't see it. And also, that's not something you get diagnosed with later.
yeah.
First of all, she would have been suffering from this from her late teens, early 20s
Yeah, onward, yeah.
on. Like, and there's no way they would be like, oh, she has something else. And oh, no, wait, we were wrong. It's paranoid schizophrenia. Like you
Yeah,
would
like,
know.
you know what it
Everyone
is.
would know. People on the street would know.
Yeah, see, that's what makes me think it's more schizopathopathic as opposed to the paranoid schizophrenia.
Maybe she's just a really good fucking
or
liar.
you
Or she
know,
just has
maybe
really
she really
shitty
was trained to be an
psychiatrists.
actress and she's just really good at it.
Yeah, or maybe she just has really shitty doctors.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. But I'm calling bullshit. Officially,
Morgan is
Bullshit.
officially calling bullshit.
Morgan's official stamp of bullshit approval.
I feel like we need to make like some sort of audio thing to put there. It's just like bullshit. But yeah, so that's our the Granny Ripper. That was the name that they gave her, was the Granny Ripper, because she was just like this little 69-year-old little lady just fucking brutally murdering people.
Also, you should, definitely check out her pictures on her Instagram because she's
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 this
adorable.
little old lady.
If I saw her on the street, I'd be like, do you need me to carry your bag?
Right.
Like, do you need anything?
Yeah.
Can I bake you a cookie?
She doesn't look
Like,
like
she's so nice looking.
yeah, no, she doesn't look like
looking.
she's brutally dismembering people and then eating their lungs.
Okay, but the thing is, she doesn't sound like she's that brutal. I'm going to explain that. Like, she's brutal and like, but she seemed like she, like, killed them, like, sedated them, killed them immediately in a way that they wouldn't feel pain. She seems very systematic. Like, she's systematically dismembering them, removing the organs she wants, getting rid of them. Like, it doesn't seem like a fit of passion or like, I'm doing all the things because I'm out of control.
Valentina is the only one that they can confirm was sedated before she died. The other,
So they're not sure on the
yeah,
others.
they're not
But
sure.
honestly, like, that's probably not a, like, random thing. I mean, she's a 79-year-old woman. If she wanted to overpower her, she could overpower her. It's not that hard.
Right.
So, like, I have a feeling that was probably more of a, like, an MO thing, because why would she
Yeah.
sedate her? And especially, like, if she's so upset about this argument, like, why would she sedate her first and then kill her painlessly? Unless that was kind of, like, something she was already doing.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Sorry
because
for the yawn you had there, guys.
Yeah, I kind of feel like she seems just so systematic. Like, she's very, like, sedate them, killed them, dismembered them. Like, this is how I do it. This
Yeah.
is how it's done. This is what we
And
do.
we're good.
Write it in my diary. Day done. Move on.
My day is done. Time to make some toast.
Yeah. I want to talk to her doctor. I want to.
You might need to learn Russian first. Just a thought.
I'll hire a translator. I'm writing some angry letters after this episode.
You're very mad.
I am the big mad.
But yeah, that was the.
I'll just
Granny
write her a
Ripper.
letter. I just realized, is she still alive? 'Cause
Yeah.
It was just like 4 years ago.
Yeah, she's still in the psych institution.
I'll just write her a letter.
Yeah, that kind of cracks me up that they like sentenced her to life in this psych institution. Like, she's like in her late 60s. How much time do you really think she's got left?
Right. Why she lives to be like 90.
She's in her late 60s and she was eating people's lungs. How much time do you really think she has left?
I'm still so mad about that.
I know,
You just
you're
had to bring it back.
so-
I just
Like, of all the things to be upset about with this case, you're so mad that she was eating the lungs. Like, not that she was eating them, but that she was eating the lungs.
But like, you know how gross that would be.
Yeah, no, it's so gross. Like, your lungs are the most disgusting organ in your body. Well, maybe not the most disgusting, but like, they're a disgusting organ in your body.
Because you also have to think too, like, even if they maybe like, I don't know, I haven't eaten lungs. Maybe if they didn't like taste disgusting, like they still are like, they're filtering toxins. Like, that's one of the main things they do is like they bring in oxygen, carbon dioxide, do all
Yeah.
that nonsense. But like they also are filtering out toxins from the air, and like our air is full of pollution. This was like 4 years ago, polluted as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that's no. And a lot of people in Russia smoke cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Like so
They're,
many
like,
people in Russia
chain
smoke
smokers.
a lot of cigarettes. Like that would be so disgusting. You know the fucking Dare thing when they're like, look at these nasty smokers' lungs. That's what she was eating. Gross. Gross.
Yep, I didn't think about that. And now I'm thinking about it. And that's a mental picture that I can't get rid of. Thanks,
Yeah.
Morgan.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I've officially rescinded my approval of her. That's gross. Get your shit together.
Now you. Oh, my God. You're killing me.
I'm just saying, if you're going to eat people, do it right. If you're going to do anything in life, do it right.
Please don't.
Yeah, please don't eat people. Don't.
Let me just
Don't.
reiterate that point for the 300th time.
Don't eat people.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
But if you do it right. But don't do it.
Otherwise, you'll come on the podcast and Morgan will judge you heavily for not
I
doing
will
it right.
roast your ass.
But okay, we just need to wrap this up. We're coming.
Okay, anyways, follow us on the
All of
social
them.
medias, all of them.
Yep.
Facebook, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon. Give us money. All of those are Bitches and Murders podcast.
All of the things.
Twitter is and murders. Instagram is Bitches and Murders podcast, and email us. Do a
Yes.
collab with us. Someone
Someone
sponsor our asses.
Morbids.
I mean, I'm talking Hello Fresh, ExpressVPN, whoever, give us money.
You were talking about sponsors. I was talking about collabs.
Okay, well, also collabs. Yes.
Morbid.
Email us about collabs.
Please. We want to collab with you so bad.
We are you. Thanks. But not better, but
Yeah.
different. Different. We're not the same. We're not copying. Don't go there.
Don't come for us like that.
Don't come for us. But do stay spooky, bitches.
But not so spooky that you're eating people's lungs.
And you don't fucking eat people's lungs, guys.
It's just too spooky.
God, it's gross.
Too much.
Not even spooky. Get out of here.